time to drop a shell on them. Bang, boogie, farewell, garbage Emcees. We got the nails to seal your coffin. Plus this long hammer guarantees we gon' offer the deal, the sign, the seal. Sonny, the streets talking, not whispering at all. In fact, they want a war, so we gon' give it to each.
Marv.
Yo.
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty fair for a square. How about yourself?
I say the same. I say the same.
Look how angry she is. She be furious.
It's good to have you on. So I'll go ahead and we can go ahead and get started here.
Let's do it.
All right. So welcome to Inside MC War. I am Flyy on the wall, and today we have Marv Won. So how you feeling today?
I'm doing pretty good. Fly on the wall. Why did you choose that name?
Hey, I'm asking you the questions.
I just want to know. These are the questions that people want to answer.
You know, because like, if I want to know some stuff, you know, I just feel like I could be a fly on the wall just to find out some information. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm a little bit nosy, but I don't want people to know that I'm nosy.
Okay. I respect it.
And see, I don't want to be like the little buzz fly, so I'm like fly on the wall.
Oh, so not the ant, I'm just fly and I'm just chilling on the wall. Okay, I get it.
Fly, you know what I'm saying?
I get it. I respect it. I'm with you.
See, I like you.
Likewise.
So, about you, tell me about this battle with Eminem.
Long time ago, man. It wasn't even a real battle. It was just I was on the set of 8 Mile, and you know I won a little contest, and you know, as fate would have it, you know, rappers are rappers, battlers are battlers, regardless of how much success you've accrued. And you know, he ain't like the young boy getting off. So we kind of have it.
You won.
For sure, I won. For sure.
Marv Won. Y'all heard that? Marv Won.
Yeah, definitely. That's why.
So how did you even get that opportunity?
Well, when they were shooting 8 Mile in the city, like all of the extras were rappers from the city. So we were just down on set, you know, BSing, and they had a little contest for B-roll footage, and you know, they picked 4 MCs from the city, and they were just going to use them for montage footage. But like I said, you know, I was feeling myself that day, and you know, he was upset.
Yeah. So how long before that did you start rapping?
Well, I've been rapping since I was.
Who were some of the MCs from Detroit that you looked up to?
I looked up to Proof. Proof was one of the biggest influences. I looked up to my man Super Emcee. I looked up to Swan. They're like we had a really good crop of battle rappers. Like I looked up to Royce. I looked up to M. I looked up to like Elzhi and Guilty Simpson. Like it was a lot of people that I stole from.
They were all in Detroit.
Yep.
That's so. Who was your first battle? Do you remember?
My first battle, when I actually my first official battle in the city, I battled a guy named Uno, and because he had a crowd, he was with this group called the Teamsters, and they had a really big following here in the city, and they cheated me out of my win because they made it was a thing like crowd participation, and they were super deep in it. So he beat me. Like he'll never let me forget that to this day.
That's what's up. So it was kind of different back then. Did y'all freestyle, or what was it like?
Definitely, it was definitely freestyle. Like we didn't. I definitely feel like we were the last group of rappers or people to actually start writing for battles. Like we were still like it was forbidden. Like you had your little lines here and there, things you thought of, on the way to the battle. But like to sit down and actually pan out like a whole round or a whole battle, that was unacceptable here. And we were dinosaurs in that sense. Like, so, but
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of dope because everybody from my era can, you know, like we don't get rattled easy because we know we always have that talent to fall back on.
I be watching some of the battles. I be like, oh my gosh. I'll be like, I couldn't have nobody all up in my face like that, you know, and then keep my cool.
You know what though? Like, I honestly, it took me a while to make the adjustment, just because of like where I'm from. Like a lot of things, we take things very, very personally. So, there were times when rappers said things that I felt that they wouldn't say to me. And you know, when I saw them, I called them on it, and it was just like, yo, Marv, it's just rap. Like I'm just trying to sell the fight or blah blah blah. So that took me a long time to recognize that. If not, you'll be fighting every battle.
I know, right? Because they be all up in your face. I'm like, oh no.
But see, I try not to do that though. Like I try to lead by example. Like, yo, so if a person does get a little too comfortable in my space, I can always be like, hey, like I don't do that to you. Like I would prefer if you did. Like now, it's not gonna come out that nice. It's gonna be like, yo, such and blah blah blah. But I know nobody can be like, well, shit, you doing it to me, because I don't.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, what do you think about acapella battling?
It took me a minute. It took me a minute to get used to it. Like I said, I come from an era of putting on a beat and catching the vibe and catching the wave of the beat. But I do think that I think acapella battles make for better performances, and I think that it helps showcase the ability of the writer. So in that sense, I'm like it's unmatched. Like I think it's best. Like, and I've become so used to it now. Like rapping on a beat would be foreign for me now at this point.
So you actually prefer acapella?
I'm not even gonna say I prefer it, but I'm just used to it now. Yeah. I'm thinking of doing. There's a league in Philly called Verbal Warzone that does on-beat battles, and I'm thinking about going there. Like I'm super interested just to see if it's something I can still do.
Yeah. So what about tag teaming? Those
are easy. Like I prefer doing those because I don't gotta write a full battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy. Like especially if you have like an actual chemistry with someone. You just sit around and bounce ideas. And, like if it's somebody that you respect to drive the car at certain times, you give them, you know what I'm saying? You give them the wheel. And then if it's something that you feel strongly about, then you take the wheel back, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But those are great because I'm doing it with my brother, so it's like second nature.
Okay, so who was your favorite battle? Like, what was your best one? Not favorite, but your best matchup.
If we're talking 2-on-2, it would have been Twerk and Suge. Not necessarily saying that we did the best, but if we're talking about just standing in front of somebody who was like a formidable opponent, it was them. You know what I'm saying? Like for sure. Our best showing, in my opinion, is battling Chess and Steams on the first Double Impact, the URL. We shook that room. We shook it.
All right. So when it comes to making music, like how do you get your inspiration and stuff?
Well, you know, I'm super lucky. I'm super blessed to have peers that I look up to. So
yeah,
I'm super close with Royce. I'm super close with my man, Mr. Porter. Like I'm super close with like all of the artists in the city that I'm fans of. So I don't have to go very far to look for inspiration. But if I do, you know what I'm saying, I look to somebody like a Rock Marciano or a Kai, or like I've always been a lyrics guy as opposed to like a big song or a small shit, or you know, something like that. So I don't have to look very far. And plus, you know, I make my own beats, and I record myself so I can do it at any time. Like I can just wake up, roll out of bed, and go to work. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, that was definitely the best investment that I've ever made. Investing in myself or investing in my space and my setup. It was the best thing I've done.
I mean, you have to. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else can see what you can see in yourself. You know.
Yeah, or you don't have to be on anybody else's time. You don't have to worry about if they fighting with their girlfriend so they can't come to the studio, or you know what I'm saying, like, or anything.
That's what's up.
those are real things.
Yes, it is. Those are real. Yeah, definitely. Car breakdown, all of that.
Oh, my girl didn't come back. I still got the kids. Like, okay. Like, it's one of them.
Yeah. So you like, I'm good. I got this.
Yeah, I just do it as a kid.
So do you talk about social issues in your music, and what type of responsibility do you have, or do you feel that you have when talking about social issues?
It's super weird because I am very like I am all about causes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I'm also cognizant of the fact that sometimes people use music to escape like real life issues. Yeah. So I try to find a balance, but like it can't just be like party or bars all the time. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm saying? It's not like you can't feed a baby steak. So I try to slide in one or two every project just to let people know that I am socially aware. I wouldn't call myself woke, but I'm definitely socially aware. You know what I'm saying? I'm super conscious of what goes on, what needs to happen in my community, and every other community. On my last project, I dropped a song called Fire Truck that was like really, really deep. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm not as active in my music as I am in real life. Mm-hmm. But I'm definitely conscious, or like I'm conscious of things that are going on.
Yeah, I mean, we have to be.
Gotta be.
Yeah. So, how do you feel like where you grew up, like Detroit? How did that shape the things that you talk about in your music?
Well, I'm super biased, you know what I'm saying, because I'm of the belief that Detroit breeds the best rappers on the planet. Like we breed, like I always tell people, like if you want to learn how to rap, Detroit is the best place to learn. Yeah. Now it's not necessarily the best place to apply what you've learned, because we don't have an industry here. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't necessarily have the ability to see somebody from Def Jam or whoever, or from Capitol Records or blah, blah, blah. So if you want to learn how to technically rap, we breed the best rappers on the planet. Like it's not even close, in my opinion. Like even our street rappers rap better than most of, or our quote unquote street rappers rap better than a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So my competition level was fierce here. Like there were people here who I was genuinely scared of going behind or being on songs with, because I know they get busy. Yeah.
So what was that like then? So that just helped you to become better, right?
Definitely. You don't want to be the short knocker. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't want to be the person. You don't want to be the person that gets laughed out the booth or laughed out the venue. So you gotta step it up. My ego can't take stuff like that, so I had to step it up.
I like that. So you gotta step your game up because you can't handle it.
That's it. I gotta step my stuff up because I can't be the butt of the joke. I gotta be the one telling it.
That's So how is the coronavirus affecting what you do on a daily basis?
In real life, it's definitely become it's become an experience. It's definitely giving us a learning curve on how to move and what's going to become our new normal, or what has become the new normal. Yeah. As far as battle rap, it's affected it because we're used to big crowds. We're used to these events every month. We're used to flying out, this is
Mm-hmm.
on the third, and all of that is stopped
Yeah.
to an extent. You know what I'm saying? You always find a way around it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Y'all ain't out there battling with masks and stuff on.
yeah.
Really?
Some it's I mean some people like
Yeah.
they're throwing events now with very few if any outside people, and
Yeah.
you know everybody has to get tested, and like it's taking away the element of the crowd, and it's also like it's exposing some rappers as well, because you know there are some people who rely heavily on crowds for their popularity as opposed to the raps. And it's kind of exposing certain people, but it's just about adapting. Like we'll all adapt. We don't have a choice.
Yeah. I mean, eventually it might go away. You know, where we can go back out in public without having to be masked up and all of that. Yeah.
It's very far away.
Yeah.
It's very far away, but I guess it's a possibility. I'm not really relying on it.
Yeah. So like you battling with masks and stuff on, like does that impact? But you say y'all write them, so it doesn't really impact what you're delivering or anything like that. Like how?
It can definitely
Yeah.
It can definitely affect your performance. It definitely affects your breathing. It affects, you know what I'm saying, like how you're able to move and things like that. Yeah, it can affect it.
Yeah. So what other businesses do you have outside? Like when you're not doing music, what do you do?
Yeah, you are kind of nosy, aren't you?
Huh?
You are kind of nosy, aren't you?
I am. That's fly. Like, all your business.
I do a few things.
Okay.
I'm a jack of all trades.
Huh?
I'm a jack of all trades.
Okay. I'll leave it at that. So, all right. Is there anything you would want your fans to know?
I appreciate the fans who rocked with me for 20 years.
20 years.
20 years, yeah. 20 years. Good or bad, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate those who stuck by me. I appreciate those who still want to hear me. I appreciate every opportunity I've been blessed with, like all the places I've been, all the people I've met. Like, I'm genuinely humbled. So, that's all I want them to know. Like, that I'm thankful. I'm thankful for them just as much as they are thankful for us in these situations.
Okay. And you mentioned fire trucks. So how would we find your music and stuff like that?
I'm on all the major streaming sites. I'm on iTunes, and I prefer iTunes as opposed to Apple Music. If you go to iTunes, you actually can buy the project. That helps us out a lot more than streaming. But if you're a streamer, iTunes, Tidal, Google Play, Spotify, like I'm a real artist, but like it's not just Bandcamp and SoundCloud.
Oh, that's what's up. And how can we find you on social media?
MarvWon on everything. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I just opened a Twitch. I don't really play games though, so I got to figure out what I'm gonna do on that page. But yeah, it's the same all across the board. Okay,
Marv. And we appreciate you giving us your time. Can you tell us what you have coming up next, or what you have lined up?
Next, this Sunday is the next round of the King of the Dot Grand Prix tournament on Twitch. So that would be the 8th, I believe. I think it's the 8th. Yep, I'm battling Swan. Trying to get through to the next round of the tournament for this 50K. I might be coming down your way. If I'm, I heard we talking about me coming down your way in January. We'll see though.
Hey, that's what's up. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, pull up. I ain't hard to miss.
Why you say that? We fine.
Yeah.
That's what's up. We definitely appreciate your time. Is there anything else you want your fans to know at all about you?
Nah, man, that's it, man. You know, if you sing me out, man, speak, man.
That's what's up.
I'm a cool guy.
That's cool. So if you see Flyy out,
I'm on you.
I might be hiding out though. You know, Flyy on the wall.
Yeah, you'll be on the wall. I'll look on the wall.
Look for All right. Well, thanks, Marv. We appreciate you for joining us on Inside MC War. And
thank you.
All right. Well, you take care. We'll be looking out for you.
Indeed.
All right.
Yeah.
It's time to drop a shell on them. Bang, boogie, farewell, garbage MCs. We got the nails to seal your coffin. Plus this long hammer guarantees we gon' offer the deal, the sign, the seal, sunny the street.